Three, two, one.
Hello and welcome to your Living a Course in Miracles audio book club call. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm coming at you live from San Antonio, and I am super excited about today's call because the videos were on point. Thank you, Vincent Mann, for choosing these 4 videos from Ken Wapnick, and especially the ones with Gloria. It was cool to see the videos with Gloria Wapnick. I listened to them today, and I just can't wait to talk about them. So that's why I'm excited about the call. So we're going to do like we always do and have everybody tell us your name, where you're calling in from, and why are you excited about today's call. Who wants to go first?
What up? It's Nathan. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm excited about today's call because you guys are great.
Oh, thank you, Nathan. Doesn't even need to forgive us. You must be in a good mood. All right. Linda or Stana?
Okay, I'll go.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Linda, calling in from Lancaster, California. I'm a New Yorker with a New York attitude, a sense of humor, with some California sunshine, so I can let you live another day. I love it here in California.
Love it. Thank you, Linda. Welcome. It's great to see you. You're always on every call. Love your consistency.
Okay, I guess that leaves me. I'm Stana Warren. I live in Southeast Michigan, halfway between Detroit and Ann Arbor. I always go west, not east, because Ann Arbor is a lot nicer than Detroit. I'm excited to be here because this is my first time being here. And I'm just thrilled to find Jared and these other people who are students of A Course in Miracles, who hopefully will have some wonderful, lively conversations.
Yes. Thank you, Stana. Thank you for being here. And I got to give you a big shout out for getting through 292 lessons of the workbook. Everybody, round of applause to Stana. She's literally done 1 lesson a day the entire year. Have you even missed a day? Is today literally the 292nd day?
Well, because I broke a rule. There have been a couple of times where I missed a day, and so I did 2 days in one day.
Oh, okay.
Which I know you're technically not supposed to do. But
hey, rules were meant to be
broken. Yes.
There we go.
Bent.
There's the personality style that says rules were made to be followed. There's the ones that say ones were made to be broken. I'm with the broken. I also think rules were made to be broken, but you know what? I think you're getting the point of the Course in Miracles. Regardless, it's pretty awesome that you are so committed, and I really admire that. So thank you for sharing that and for being on the call.
Well, and it, just to throw something in there, part of what I do in addition to actually reading them is I go to a couple of websites and do the what's it called? Oh, there's one where they do commentary, and then there's a girl by the name of Brittany Shawley, who in 2013 she did videos of all 365 lessons. She's a little dynamite. So I listen to her comment, because she reads the lesson and then she does her own commentary, and then I also do James Twyman's musical version every day.
Interesting. Can you like post those on our group?
Sure.
Like those 2 resources? I would love to check that girl out, and also the musical stuff too.
I just heard a James Twyman song last night. It was awesome.
Oh,
so good.
Christian, welcome, my bro.
Hey, dude, how you doing? Good to see you.
You, bro. Forearms looking huge, bro.
Oh yeah, guns in the air, dog.
How's Canada doing, Chris?
Hey, Linda, how are you?
Hanging in there, one day at a time.
Yeah.
All right,
Canada
Christian.
doing? Getting colder up there or what?
A little chilly here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah, you're near the mountains and stuff. I'm all desert out here, so I live on the East Coast, where it's more humidity. I was used to the 4 feet snow and the hard rain, but I like the weather here. So, and I've been up to Canada too. It's more cooler up there, I noticed, but I like Canada. I like it up there better. It's cooler.
Yeah, it's cooler in a lot of ways, but I don't really like the cold, to be honest. But yeah, no, I do appreciate where I live and stuff. I'm excited about today's call because I didn't make it last week and I made it this week.
Bro, we missed you, man. We missed you too.
You was too quiet without you complaining, Chris.
I know. Well,
Love
I'm
the
here to
haircut.
complain this whole
Love
time.
the haircut though. On point, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yes, looks good.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get started. So the 5 or 4 videos that were selected by Vincent Mann. The first one was asking the Holy Spirit for help, or asking the Holy Spirit. The second one is being normal. The third one was seeking not to change the course, and the fourth one is seeking not to change the course, part 2. So I listened to all 4 of them, and I gotta say, I've been also reading the text. I'm on chapter 22 of the text, and I figured out a little thing with my own personal practice. I read 1 page of the text, and then I read Ken's commentary on the journey through that 1 page, and like Ken just totally illuminates my brain on like the content. And then it's like I listen to these videos. Thank you, Kelly Conley, by the way, for the great YouTube playlist. And it was like, God, I get them better. I understand them better. So here's what I got. The first one, asking the Holy Spirit for help. I mean, obviously this one is, it seems like I was like so proud of myself. I'm like, I have known this already for about 2 years. But basically is that you know, asking for the Holy Spirit for help with things like, you know, with my business or help with whatever. That's actually suggesting that I think that all this world of illusion is real, and that's the problem, which reinforces the ego. That's not even the problem at all. And so don't ask the Holy Spirit for help with stuff in this illusion, but ask for Holy Spirit for help to change the conditions that led to the fear. So I've been doing that already for like 2 years, and I don't pray to the Holy Spirit for help with things anymore like I used to. I do law of attraction for those things. I do visualize and do law of attraction because that's part of being normal. You know, we all still need to pay our bills and do succeed in our lives for whatever things that, you know, we appear to be doing over here. So, but I ask for the Holy Spirit to do those with me. I ask for the Holy Spirit to visualize with me. I ask for the Holy Spirit to help me and like to be, I guess you could say, to see these things through the eyes of the Holy Spirit instead of the eyes of the ego. That was my specific coaching from Gary on that. So number 2 video is being normal, and he talks about level confusion, and that's exactly what all of this is about, is level confusion. And being normal means, yeah, visualize, yeah, enjoy life, yeah, party sometimes or whatever, but like not making it real one way or the other, because for me to deny myself of these things is like I'm making them real. And so, yeah, it's definitely being normal. I love being normal. And then the third one was seek not to change the course. And that's probably my most valuable video for me right now, because it talks about the news and like looking at politicians and stuff. And then like the tendency to like say, okay, these politicians are the good guys and these ones are the bad guys, and then focusing on the punishment of the bad guys. But what I'm really doing is I'm reinforcing the ego, and I'm reinforcing the separation, because I have to see everybody as the same for me to clear the subconscious guilt. And so, you know, I have a tendency to like watch like videos at night, like before I go to bed, of like politics, and that's my ego. So, not that I won't maybe still watch them, but if I watch them through the eyes of the Holy Spirit and stuff, then I might be a little bit more peaceful. So, so that was really probably like my biggest value there, was to see that. The third one, seek not to change the course, part 2. God, I can't remember what exactly that was covered in that one. I just watched it too. It's crazy. But I think that's all I got to say really about those 4 videos. You might jog my memory on something else, but I want to let other people share. So who wants to go next? What were your highlights from those 4 videos?
All right, I'll go. I didn't watch the last 2 videos, but for the first 2, The first one was called Asking the Holy Spirit, and I just took one line from it, and it's we have everything already. So easy to forget, and like it's okay to talk to the Holy Spirit in the context of being a body, but at the same time, like ultimately this course is heavily metaphorical, and it's really just pointing to a simple truth that only God is true and nothing else is true, and so what we think is happening here is not really happening. Yet at the same time, on level 2, we are normal, but at level 1, what's being normal? There's nothing there.
Totally. Love it.
Yeah.
And level 2 is like, okay, you're here. Now, are you going to look at things through the right mind with the Holy Spirit? Are you going to look through things with the ego mind?
And that makes all the difference, right?
Yeah,
at least it seems to here, you know, and it makes it enough of a difference where, yeah, we do need to do the work that's necessary in the dream. It appears that way, and that's
because unfortunately we are, quote unquote, here or appear to be, and it's like, God dang it.
Yeah, sure. And then the second, so I think I kind of like intertwined both of the videos. It was called Asking the Holy Spirit, but being normal. Yeah, so like video 2, be normal not because it's real, but as a means to help me remember what is real. Mm-hmm. So using my life as a means to remember what actually is real. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's kind of like reversing the projection. So I seem to be caught in the dream and in my problems, but if I can, like Gary says, stop myself and remember what it's really for, just kind of reverse the ego thought process. Chop wood, carry water, I wrote too, because that's just being normal and the time that's, you know, it takes to learn.
Bro, you just totally jogged my memory on the 4th video. The enormity of the error. They talk about the enormity of the error of separation. Like, just like you don't even realize how big of an error that was. And I mean, they don't say it like that. They're not like, what's wrong with you? But like, and then he says, I think the most, Ken Wapnick says, I think the most annoying part of the course is to think that you can get the whole thought system down in 365 days. Like he says that, and then he's like, and you got to read the text. He's basically saying, you can't just do the workbook. Some people come to us, they just do the workbook. No, you got to read the text too. Anyways, you just jogged my memory on that, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I totally agree with what you're saying, man. I mean, you know the metaphysics of the course like a freaking champ. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for letting me share. That's all my highlights.
Okay, rock and roll. I want to welcome Maria Boatman from New York, also a first-time caller. Maria, I just asked you to start your video. You don't have to start your video. You could also unmute yourself and say hello, or not, but we would love to hear from you if you would like to chime in. We are having everybody share what their highlights were from the from the 4 videos from today. So who is next? Who would like to go next?
Hey.
Nathan.
So, although I watched the videos, I didn't take many notes. My couple of takeaways that stuck with me were, number 1, good guys and bad guys, like Jared already mentioned, seeing the good guys and bad guys out there, duality. And number 2, Ken saying that it's good to have sex. That was awesome.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, those are my highlights. It was all good stuff, but those are just kind of my takeaways as he was just saying, like, be normal, do this, do that, have sex. And I was like, awesome, thanks, Ken.
Well, it's good to hear Ken say it, because Ken's like our hero. He's our hero. He's not like our hero. He's our hero. He's our Course in Miracles. I know false idol. He's not a false idol, but you know what I'm saying, okay? He's the man. Him and Gary Renard are the men.
Yeah, and one time, like Cindy Renard and Maria Felipe were doing a chat about sex and stuff. It was like fairly recently, like a couple of years ago, maybe. And it's a good talk, but it's funny. I think it would be good, especially for females, to see the two like course females teachers talk about it and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I will always remember watching the World Series with Gary Renard last year after the Matagorda event, and he was just drinking wine after wine. He probably had like 5 or 6 glasses of wine, and I was just like, awesome.
That was Gary, you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
Guilt, no guilt.
No.
It's just he liked wine that night, and he had a lot, and he didn't have to drive, so,
I just woke up.
Hey, cheers. So, I mean, it was just, be normal, forgive, do the work, and that's it. That's it. Keep. I think the joy, right? Like, I mean, I'm just so pumped about this content. Like, I don't care, man. I'm doing this. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care. I'm doing it. All right. It's not hard either if you stick with it. Okay. All right. Who's next?
It myself. I guess I should preface by saying some of my comments may come off sounding blasphemous because even though I am a diehard student of the Course in Miracles, I also choose to allow in other thought systems as well. It's like Jared, you and I were talking about Buddhism.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, let me preface by saying I didn't get to the 4th one, so I only saw 3 of the 4. And I'm going to start with the being normal one, because that relates more to what I mean by that blasphemy. Being normal to me is fully embracing the beauty of this dream without being the victim of it. Because and that gets back to the whole idea of seeing it through the eyes of the ego or seeing it through the eyes of the Holy Spirit. Because everything that happens to us, we can see either way. But if you get wrapped up in that ego, so if somebody bumps into you, in the grocery store, and you automatically go, you horrible, rotten person, how could you do that to me? As a matter of fact, this happened to me the other day in the grocery store. Like, I apologized to the woman. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with my cart. You'd think I'd murdered her. But anyway, but the thing that I loved about that more than anything is before I would have bought into it, where this time I just smiled at her and I didn't say anything and I let her rant and rave. But then of course this is being judgmental too. And I'm thinking, man, would you benefit from A Course in Miracles? Just to not take everything so seriously, but at the same time, to comment on what you were saying about the political stuff. Man, I scream at my television, so I need a lot of work in that area. But to me, a lot of what the Course in Miracles talks about kind of leads me to believe that you're not denying that we're in this, but only putting up with it. And I don't like that idea. I want to embrace this, because there's a huge amount of, talk about sex. That's pretty beautiful, and I don't want to not enjoy life. But at the same time, I don't want to be caught up in the fear and the anger and the judgment of ego. So, again, I apologize if that sounds blasphemous. And in terms of
it's not blasphemous.
Asking the Holy Spirit, I'm like you, Jared. I use law of attraction, but I haven't prayed for something in a long time. My prayers are prayers of thanks and gratitude and acknowledgement and just silent immersion in the tiny little minuscule part that I can conceive of that true reality, which probably smaller than you can actually show. But it just, again, you can't understand it, but you can kind of get a little feeling of it, I think. At least I think I have. So anyway, I'll shut up. I don't want to hug the conversation.
It's phenomenal. What you're saying is so practical. It's definitely taking what you're learning from your workbook lessons and your text and your videos and you know, when you're out in the field of life and you run into someone with your cart and she freaks out, that you stay more peaceful and that you forgive her and that you see the situation differently and you see it through the thought system of the Holy Spirit. And yes, that's going to make you happier. And yes, that's going to make you more peaceful. And at the same time, not having guilt around sense pleasures and the things that we tend to have guilt around for whatever reason, that it's like releasing the guilt, right? It's releasing the guilt and just living a happier life. And I think it was the fourth video, Ken says, the only difference, like nothing changes in form. You're a student of the course. You still have the same job. You still have the same, you know, don't leave your relationships. Don't leave your job. Don't get weird. Stay with all the stuff you're doing. Stay where you're at. The only difference is that your forehead will be more serene and you'll smile a little more, you know, like, that's the difference.
Yeah. No need for Botox.
You won't need Botox. Save you so much. I've saved so much on Botox since I started the course, you know? But yeah, like totally. It's great to see that you're applying it. You know, that's what this is about, right? Living the Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, Stana. Guys, her name is pronounced Stana, like Donna, but Stana. So
hey, nice to meet you, Stana.
Nice to meet you too, Christian.
I'm looking forward to seeing the replay because I missed the beginning part where you were there.
Yes. She found us. How did you find us, Stana?
Something popped up on Facebook. I can't remember if I saw somebody else, because I'm part of Brittany Shawley's group on Facebook, so I don't know if somebody from this group had posted something in that group.
Which group was that?
Or her name is, I don't know what she actually calls it, but it's the administrator is a girl by the name of Brittany Shawley. And she, in 2013, did video recordings that she's posted on YouTube, about 365 lessons and additional commentary. And
cool.
She's a young girl, but she's a little firecracker. She's got this. She's living these principles. And it's now 5 years later, and she and her husband are both still seriously, I mean, they're committed to this for life.
Rock on. I want to meet this gal.
Yeah, and so I don't know if it was somebody from this group had posted in that group, or you know how sometimes on Facebook things just pop up. But it was definitely something on Facebook.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for stalking Stana and putting our group in her feed.
Thank you, Angela Irving. Thank you, Angela Irving.
Jared, in reality, it was your law of attraction trying to pull in more people into your group.
That's right. Law of attraction. That's right.
We all law of attracted it together.
Hell yeah. This is our tribe right here. Okay. Thank you, Stana.
Okay, I'll shut up for a while.
All right, let's go to Linda Pettigrew. Linda, I got your notes. I saw your notes. You posted your notes of the calls. I'm ready to rock. I'm pulling your notes up right now. I'm going to follow along right with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the first video, I asked the Holy Spirit. I guess maybe asking the Holy Spirit specifically can be a way for you or whoever concerned, maybe what you want. From what I saw, Ken Wapnick says, it's best to ask for help of what the Holy Spirit can give you and others concerned. And that's if there's other people or maybe other animals or whatever concerned, you know? What you want to do is, you want to say, Holy Spirit, here's the situation. I'll give it to you. I'll play it by ear. You know what you're doing, okay, Holy Spirit? You can say it in a different way if you like to. I'm just saying it short to the point. Holy Spirit will know more than you are able to conceive about it even before you will ever know, because the Holy Spirit knows what will help you to be a better person for yourself and possibly for everyone else. You take it one step at a time, no rush. And I know, I'm originally from Long Island. Honey, I am always in a rush. And I have bad legs. Oh God, on the 4-tier steps, it takes me maybe like a minute to 2 minutes to walk down that steps, or maybe it normally takes like 4 or 5 seconds, but that's bad legs for you. The second video, being normal, you'll always be learning. I guess that's the normal part of life terms, you know? Just be faithful in learning. Give yourself time. No rush, believe me. You're not Einstein. So it's keep everything good and the same as always, but do the best you can, okay? You're not perfect. That's the way it is. Only the God of your understanding is perfect, not you. I was taught that from 3 years old. That's the house I'm from. But believe me, my mother drilled it into me. And I love her and I miss her. Ego is pain and suffering. And I heard it's not the form, but the content. So whatever's in it, the content, that'll be better to deal with. Seek not to change the course. Video 1. Well, I'll put it you this way, and I'm saying it to the point. God owns the world. It's in his name. But as humans, we help to create it. Through the great and through the worst. And that's what we do. This book, A Course in Miracles, will help you to think like the Holy Spirit, but realistically, it's going to help you think straighter, more happier. I started reading the Course in Miracles book December last year, and maybe by February, literally I had chatter renting space in my head since high school. You don't want to know how many love triangles I was into, okay? It's enough to give you nightmares. And it got rid of most of it. It did. So that's why I love A Course in Miracles, because it's helping me. So that's why I love A Course in Miracles. It got written space in my head. And just a little of it's back. I'm dealing with it. I'm doing the best I can.
You're doing awesome, Linda.
I hope so.
That's one of the most beautiful things I ever heard, Linda. Thank you for just being such a role model in my life. And you are incredible in every way. I really do mean that. Thank you so much.
And then I asked why I met so many men that had a string attached to them. It's like after a while, I just want to stop dating. When I met Mark, I wasn't looking. We just met. And he had someone. It lasted maybe like a couple of months with him, and that's it. So about the video, seek not to change the course. Number 2, the course is the annihilation of the ego. So ego, you are freaking homeless. Get out. Be very, very afraid of me. I can make the ego look a lot worse, and I'm from New York. Hello. No fear, not afraid. I can make Goldie Hawn look like an angel. That's me. And when Mark would tell me about my temper, oh God. And this Course in Miracles is to help think clearer and better for ourselves and others. The ego makes anything easy for you with lies. But when you learn the Course, which is the truth, you have to read this book too carefully. So if you read the book once, read it like again, and maybe again next year if you like to. And there's a manual and there's other stuff in it. I know it's a hell of a book, but I get the feeling Ken Wapnick and his wife Gloria and all of them, they're all intellectuals. Me an intellectual? Yeah, right. I'm just a spiritual lady from New York. I'm lucky I got my GED in 1993, okay? So, I love to read, I do, but I'm more spiritual, and I do the best I can. I have almost 25 years clean from cocaine. I love the 12-step meetings. That is my life right now. This November 18th, since 1993, I have 25 years clean from cocaine. That is my life right now. And I did electronics, soldering, electronic assembly. And after I divorced my ex-husband, I did cocaine trying to kill myself. But when I heard about Narcotics Anonymous, it gave me hope. And then maybe I heard about Course in Miracles here and there, but I don't know. I mean, I live here like Hester, California. My mother being gone about 4 years ago, I was like, this got to get better than this. And there was a study group I was going to. Then I was asked to leave. I'm not going to get into detail about it. But I mean, it's like, I just do the Course in Miracles book with you guys, and that's the best I can do. And I did put down that I'll be willing to have a Course in Miracles book study group here in my house. I didn't hear nothing, but I'm not going to wait, you know? I got a life. Well, the ego. Oh, this course is the beginning, not the end. So if you think you finished reading the book, it is not the end. It is still the beginning. I mean, if you want to, take a notepad on your device and or on paper, okay, and take notes. That's what you want. That's what you should do. And I'm telling you that because you want to, believe me. This course will amaze you in how your world can change for the better even before you will ever know it. I mean, this Course in Miracles got rid of the chatter in the space in my head. I am so happy. And it was 2 days ago, I was walking over to my car, and I found my little angel core in my driveway. So I figured this fell out of the car, you know. But you know, I mean, I felt the Holy Spirit right with me when I picked it up and looked at it. And I'm like, okay, I'll just play it by ear. And later on in the mail, I got a $20 Walmart gift card from my doctor because I guess my health checkup did great. So I guess the doctor, my health insurance, gave me $20. I'm like, cool, okay, I'm into that. So I got myself a couple of things today. So, I mean, that was just great, you know. And plus in the mail, I mean, I got something from a Course in Miracles, the place in Anaheim. It's lesson 285. Let me see if I can try and get it.
Linda, thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm sorry.
No, we want to bring you on for the forgiveness in the field right at the end. But yes, love what your notes were on the 4 videos. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Let's go to Maria Boatman. Maria, welcome to the call.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Can we turn on your camera?
First of all, I have to say that I am sorry for being late because I didn't have Zoom in my phone, so I had to download the app, and I have no idea how this works. So I am like pressing things here, and then you guys come in and disappear. So it's like, okay, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem.
Okay, I'm gorgeous, Maria.
What?
So Maria, can you hit start video?
I just see, wait.
There's a button called start video.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I think, okay.
I'm gonna, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Guys.
Oh, you're very beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you.
You look like you're 21 years old, a lot of experience, right, Maria?
I didn't get what you said, Linda.
You
but
said
I
you look
like
like
you're 21 years old with a lot of years experience.
Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah, I have to say that after I saw you guys in that video with Gary Renard, I was so inspired. And I've been practicing forgiveness like I've never had before. And so thank you for all the inspirations that you have provided for me. And regarding the videos that I saw, it was kind of an eye-opener for me because I thought I was doing the things like right. And then I am like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's not that I ask the Holy Spirit for things, but I would say like, okay, I have no idea how this goes. I just give it to the Holy Spirit. And I am like, oh, okay. So I'm not going to be doing that. But something that I totally related to was this thing with the text and the workbook. because I am like in my third time doing the workbook, and I am just half reading the textbook. So I am like, oh, look at that. That's what I am doing. So yeah, I really enjoy the videos and seeing what I am doing. And yeah, so I don't even know what to say, but yeah.
This is awesome. No, I love it. I really admire your diligence with the course. So are you saying you're on your third time through the workbook lessons?
Yeah.
Wow. And then you've read the text as well, or what did you say about the text?
No. What I was saying was that I was doing, the first time I did the course was with this group in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And I remember we did all the lessons, the 365, but we were not reading the text. The leader was like, oh, we are going to read this section or that section, but it wasn't like reading the whole text. So that I haven't done.
Okay.
That's what I am saying. And then I was listening to Ken speaking about those students in Australia that have done the text, the workbook 3 times, and they haven't read the text. And I'm like, that's me. Like, oh. But yeah, so I am going to be reading the text, and I'm finishing it. So for the first time. Yay.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Maria. Yeah. I read, I'll just share my story in a nutshell. I did the workbook lessons only when I started my course study in 2015. So it took me 2 years, 2015 and 2016 was workbook lesson only. And I completed all 365. And then in 2017, I started reading the text. And here we are in 2018. I'm still not done. I'm slow, but I'm on chapter 22. And I'll probably finish the text in probably sometime early next year. But yeah, the text is definitely really, really good. And there's also this Ken Wapnick book called Journey Through the Text. Christian, do you have your Ken Wapnick book handy?
Yeah, I got my journey.
So
yeah.
You have it?
I have the journey. I am doing the workbook, the journey through the workbook.
Yes.
And I have the journey through the text.
Yes.
Journey through the clarification of terms. And
yes.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. Yes, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Those are the golden
journey.
tablets. Those are the
Journey
golden
through text.
tablets. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maria. That's so cool. And honestly, the journey through the work, or the journey through the text, is what has slowed me down, because I was getting through the text a lot faster. Then Pablo Arango introduced me to those books that Christian just held up, and it was like, oh man, I need to read these while I'm going through the text, and it literally doubled the time it takes me to read a chapter. But I just don't care. I don't care. If I get it better, if I understand it better, then,
Yeah, like I for me, it kind of goes back and forth. I've only read half, like the first 4 or 5 chapters of Journey Through the Text myself. But yeah, it's just however you want to repeat it. However you want to keep repeating the message, whether it be through Gary Renard, through Kenneth Wapnick, or the greatest course's greatest teacher. Or if it doesn't resonate with you, the course's greatest teacher, as much as maybe like Gary Renard does, or whoever the heck else, whatever works for you, it's an individual thing. But yeah, like I can't wait to get a shout out to Jackie Laura Jones, Cindy Renard's sister, just came out with a book, All Peace, No Pieces. Can't wait to read that myself. And yeah, so I find that Gary resonates with me. Robert Rosenthal, the co-president of the Foundation for Inner Peace, his book is finally going to actually be released next month, From Nevermind to Evermind. I mentioned it so many times in the past. There was definitely a forgiveness opportunity for him involved there. But like whatever resonates with you and makes you happy and makes you peaceful and able to practice forgiveness more, that's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
And at the end of the day, once you start this, you don't stop. It's a lifelong journey from here on in. So, just re-exploring it, rereading it, redoing the lessons with, with the aid of various commentaries and other people. I mean, there's no end to it.
That's true.
At least my opinion.
No, very well said.
This isn't something you read once and if it resonates with you. I mean, I suppose there are some people who read it once or probably read parts of it once and put it down. But if you're actually a student of the Course in Miracles, you're going to be a student of the Course in Miracles until you die.
That's right.
That's true. Huh?
That's well said, Donna.
Something that I could say is that when I do the workbook again and I see my notes when I did that lesson the first time, I could see how far I've come. Because before it was like, oh, but now it's like, wow, I am getting the lessons at a whole new level. So that is very interesting to me, like how far I was when I did that lesson the first time. And that gives me like, oh, I feel like really happy about that. Like the other day I was doing these lessons and I forgot every 15 minutes to do what I needed to repeat for that lesson. I was celebrating. I was so happy because it was like the first time that I was able to remember. So, yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know. I find doing the workbook, like you're saying, with as Jesus indicates in the introduction to the workbook, practicing the lessons with the great specificity, or doing it. He's basically asking us to do it the way he has it written down, which is easier said than done. But I find the first time I did it, at least I could do it really well. But when you remember to do the lessons when he's asking, results are happening. Whether you see it or not, there's something happening there in the mind that we can't see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maria, thank you for sharing. It's so good to meet you.
Welcome. Next Friday, I'll see you guys.
That's right. So now we're going to do a speed round of forgiveness in the field, because there is 6 of us on this call, and so we got to do 2 minutes each. And so forgiveness in the field is where you share what is something in your life that you forgave this week. And that's kind of the whole point, right? Is that we're not just reading the book, we're actually applying it out there in the field. So I'm going to start a timer, and I'm going to share with you in 2 minutes or less my forgiveness in the field. And, yeah.
Do you mind if I go first? Because I actually have to go.
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right, bro. Let's go.
Forgiveness in the field. Shifting inner teachers and choosing the Holy Spirit on a level that we can't even see. So it's not even in the field because there is no field. And I'm just remembering that all I need is the Holy Spirit outside of the dream. And I don't know how I do it, but I just do it from suffering here and just realizing that I don't want to suffer anymore. I don't know. Don't ask me because I know nothing. The Holy Spirit knows everything. And so when the shift happens inside, that's great. And I can't even judge what's good or bad. So don't listen to a damn word I'm saying. And thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Whoa, mic drop. Mic drop.
All right.
That was in 45 seconds, too.
I don't know what happened, but my brain just got erased.
Excellent. That's good.
Awesome. Thank you, Christian.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Love you too, bro. Have a good night. Have fun.
Will do.
Right. So, all right. So I'll go. Forgiveness in the field. So, God, why am I drawing a blank right now? There's some things that have made me mad this week. What has made me mad?
Crystal.
It's mostly Crystal, you know. My wife. That's what special relationships are for. God, I got a minute and I got 30 seconds, 90 seconds.
You want me to do it and then you can do it?
Yeah, you go.
So, I went to work on Sunday, and it turned out that there was some confusion about what was happening. I showed up at the location like 30 minutes from my house, and there was no equipment there for me to set up. And so I started calling people, but it was a Sunday, so I was having trouble getting a hold of people, and they finally found out. they said, "Oh, you're supposed to come here and pick it up in the morning and then take equipment over there." And I was like, "What? I never do that." So it turned out that I had to drive back across town, pick up some stuff, drive back, and I realized in that moment that, you know, there was an opportunity there for me to get upset and feel indignant and righteous, because it turns out that it wasn't my mistake and that it was someone else's mistake. And I could have really pushed that story of being a victim. And I did a little bit. I mean, it definitely came up for me as I was driving around, like, and then each time it came up, I would remember to see the person that I was blaming as the victimizer as innocent and overlooking error and doing my forgiveness work. And I just decided to have, you know, a nice, calm drive around looking at the pretty colors of the leaves instead of getting upset. And I know that would have been, you know, could have been a little bit harder if it turned out that I had to do something harder or more painful. But I guess there are no order in miracles. So it was good that I did that work. So that was my forgiveness in the field.
Yeah, Nathan. Major progress, sir. Major progress. And in less than 2 minutes. Okay.
Woo!
Way to go. All right, I thought of some stuff. Here we go. So, honestly, this week has been very good for me. I had to think back several days to find something that made me mad. But it was Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday night? One of these last couple nights. And Crystal went out and she bought a bunch of stuff again, like out over the budget. And so definitely, like, at the end of the day, I was just tired already, and I was just kind of in a bad mood, and I got mad at her. I'm like, oh, you went over the budget, blah 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 blah. And last week was a lot worse. Last week about the budget thing was like a lot worse. And so, like, tonight though, this week, I definitely caught myself and just like went to bed. Like, I didn't try and fix a bunch of stuff or even argue too much. And then I woke up and like everything was a lot better. And like, we're doing really good with our business, but it's just a weird thing about me, about our budget. It's like not good law of attraction. It's really bad for law of attraction too. So anyway, the forgiveness part though was basically just making a decision that I wasn't going to let it take my peace, because if I do that, then I'm making it real. And so I was able to catch it and deal with it and just kind of like almost, I guess, not react to it and still address it. But that's progress. That's much better than I did last week. So that's what I got for you. 30 seconds left. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. You know, Nathan, you were there. You were there when I went through the harder times. Okay.
All right, I'll go next.
It's Donna.
Okay. Well, my forgiveness in the field is going to go back to the lady at the grocery cart because I didn't get, even though I didn't get upset when she got upset with me, I did not do really well in that. In that, as she was doing her ranting, I should have been trying to see the Christ in her and to see her as an extension of myself, and I wasn't. I was sitting there observing her anger and saying, you know, I feel sorry for her because she gets so angry and that she's letting such a little thing, but I was being totally judgmental, where what I should have been doing was sitting there trying to send her love and see her as the innocent child of God that she actually is, and I failed in that.
Mic drop. Sounds like you really got it, though. I mean, sounds like you really got it. I mean, everything you just said was so profound, like maybe even more than you realize, like how big what you just said was, you know, like, so you must have somehow switched and started to see her that way a bit later, maybe in the
yeah.
You know,
3 days later, after I'm replaying it in my mind, and I'm like, even I even knew something was wrong that night because I kept replaying it in my mind. And I'm like going, if I'm replaying this in my mind, something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it took me about 3 days of replaying it in my mind to suddenly go, well, you know, your ego's having a field day here because you're patting yourself on the back for not having gotten upset. But at the same time, you were totally in a judgmental ego state. So stop patting yourself on the back, you know?
Love it. Perfect. Just in time. Well, I will say too, it's cool that you were able to resolve it in 3 days. I mean, without your training, it might take 3 months. Yeah. Some people get upset and they don't forgive someone for 3 years. So rock and roll. That's still progress, Stana. Thank you. All right, who's next? Maria or Linda?
Oh, I'll go next.
Okay.
I have to say that I am catching myself when I am judging or beginning to judge someone. And I just stop and forgive. And this week I forgave my father and my mother and my marriage and my husband's illness. It's been like a very emotional week for me.
Wow, this is a major forgiveness. These are some major ones, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I even forgave somebody that abused me sexually when I was a child this week.
Wow, this is awesome.
I am so tired of carrying these things, and I am committed to forgiving, again, everything.
Yeah, I really get that from you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I forgave my daughter, and I keep forgiving every day. And I forgave myself too for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a forgiveness rampage, you could say.
Forgiveness rampage. You get the forgiveness, forgiveness turbo button.
I did.
Wow.
That was, yeah. I feel more peaceful now because at any moment I can stop and forgive. I don't have to keep holding on to anything. Mm-hmm. It's freeing. Very,
That's
very
awesome.
Yeah, I am very happy with what I did this week.
Thank you for sharing, Maria.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's big time. The timer didn't even go off. Like it just stopped on its own. You impacted the timer somehow. All your forgiveness. But thank you for sharing that, and I totally hear and feel where you're coming from, and I just want to let you know that I am right there with you, man. Let's forgive it all, and let's collapse the time frames and let's disappear. How about it?
Good idea.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, Linda Pettigrew, forgiveness in the field.
Okay. I know this is what I have to forgive myself because of. Actually, it was 1979. I was 18 at the time. I was in high school. And it was a gym teacher that he did take advantage of me in his supply room. And that was part of the reason why I did drugs from 87 till 93. I just hated myself then. But when I started hearing about the rooms of the 12-step program, like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, I even heard about Codependence Anonymous, which is basically for normal people. It's like when you go to these 12-step rooms, you take your own moral inventory, nobody else's, yours. Take a look at yourself first, and then play the situation by ear. And that's what I've been doing. So I go to AA and NA and CODA. I do the best I can to take a look at myself, and that's all I can do. And I know lately I have to forgive myself because of my diet. I mean, today for lunch I had Amy's enchiladas, just 2 of them. There's 2 enchiladas. And then about maybe about a half hour before you guys, I had 2 more Amy's enchiladas. Marcus just get worried that I'm really eating that, but it's oh God, I go to have them. It tastes so good. So I'm doing the best I can on my diet. So I know I have to do better. And I just love myself a day at a time, and that's what it takes. And I'm glad to have a Course in Miracles, what helps you to think clearer, and so can a 12-step program. Either you have to be lucky, okay, or it has to come to you, or you have to really find it, whatever hope you can get. That's the best way I can explain it.
Beautiful. With 10 seconds to spare. Thank you,
I
Linda.
only live for 10 seconds.
Very good, very good. Well, this has been a fabulous call. It was
Love
great
it.
to have Stana and Maria on as first-time callers. Welcome again. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Nathan, Linda, and Christian as well for being on. And hello to Vincent. I know you're going to watch this, Vincent. Thank you for choosing great videos.
Hey, Vinny, what's up, Vinny?
That's right. And I know that Langdon Tompkins from France also watches these. So hello,
Hey,
Langdon.
Lanky. What's up, Lanky?
We miss you. We know it's like 3 in the
Vinny
morning.
was actually how's France? The French fries are good?
It's been hard for him to get on because it's 3 in the morning for him. So he kind of messes up his whole Saturday.
Yeah, he's sleeping. He needs to sleep.
He needs to get his sleep. So I'm gonna be the person who chooses the next videos. I'm gonna go find about 30 minutes of Ken Wapnick videos, and I will post them by tomorrow. And then we will have this call on those videos next Friday at the same bat time on the same bat Zoom link. And that's what I got for you. So let's go ahead and have everyone unmute themselves and say good night and God bless.
Good
Bye,
night.
guys.
God bless.
God bless. Good night.
Good night and God bless.
Bye. Good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.